The Schaumburg Village Board to order for Tuesday, May 26, 2020. First item on the agenda, well, let me mention for those, just a reminder to turn your cell phones off. First item on the agenda is a roll call.
Trustee Bischke.
Present.
Trustee Madej.
Present.
Trustee Dunham.
Present.
Trustee Sullivan.
Present.
Trustee Conley. Present. Trustee Kozak.
Here.
President Daly.
Present. All present and accounted for. Thank you very much. And for this evening, I'd like to ask Trustee Bischke to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Trustee Bischke.
You're welcome.
Just a reminder, please speak closely into your microphone so you can be picked up from Maryland to record the minutes from. Next item is the approval of minutes from May 12th, 2020. Any questions, comments?
Make a motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
It's a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item is the approval of expenditures in the amount of $3,541,211.27.
Move to approve the expenditures as presented.
Second.
It's a motion and a second to approve the expenditures as presented. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Trustee Bischke.
Aye.
Trustee Madej.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Conley. Aye. Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. There are no liquor license requests for this evening. Consent agenda. Consent agenda will be read in its entirety, voted on as one motion to approve. If you wish to discuss an item further, please indicate that when the item is read by the village clerk so that it can be removed from the consent agenda and discussed further under committee reports. Otherwise, all items will be approved as presented on the consent agenda. And will the clerk please read the consent agenda?
Number 1, correspondence. The motion would be to approve the request from the Schaumburg AM Rotary Club Foundation to hold a raffle on July 15th, 2020 at Egg Harbor Cafe, 1310 American Lane, or a virtual meeting as required to grant a variance to Code Section 117.31 since the ticket price is over $5 and to waive the fidelity bond requirement. 2, finance, legal, administrative, and general government. A, the motion would be to approve the Finance Department monthly report for April 2020. B, the motion would be to approve membership in the Northwest Municipal Conference and that membership dues in the amount of $25,528 be paid. C, the motion would be to approve a resolution authorizing the village manager to execute an additional 2-year agreement for phone service under the Complete Link Discount Program between AT&T of Lisle, Illinois, and the Village of Schaumburg, and approve first and second year payment subject to annual approved budgets. D, the motion would be to accept the May 2020 budget status report. 3, Committee of the Whole. The motion would be to approve revisions to the benefits handbook regarding the position of battalion chief. B, the motion would be to accept the North Meacham Road Corridor Plan and refer the matter to the Plan Commission for public hearing. C, the motion would be to recommend that the Committee of the Whole, I'm sorry, I lost my place here. The motion would be to recommend that the Committee of the Whole recommend the Village Board to authorize the village manager to enter into exclusive negotiations with Kensington Development Partners for the development of the 90 Northeast Entertainment District. D, the motion would be to approve a resolution seeking immediate modifications to the Restore Illinois Plan. 4, Plan Commission. The motion would be to approve a rear yard variation principal structure room addition located at 1115 Parker Drive. 5, Zoning Board of Appeals. The motion would be to approve a special use for a spa business skin work spa, 100 Hillcrest Boulevard. B, The motion would be to approve a special use for a daycare center for Sweet Little Angel, 27 West Wise Road, High Point Commercial Center. C, the motion would be to approve an amendment to approved shopping center signage plan for Woodfield Mall, 5 Woodfield Mall. D, the motion would be to deny a site plan amendment rezoning from B3 to B2, special use for an adult use cannabis business establishment and Woodfield Regional Center design review for Windy City Dispensary, 1160 Plaza Drive.
Poll, please.
Okay. 6, resolutions. The motion would be to adopt as resolution number R20-035, authorizing the village manager to execute an agreement between the Village of Schaumburg and AT&T for phone line services 2020 to 2022. B, the motion would be to adopt as resolution number R20-036, amending portions of the Benefits Handbook for Employees of the Village of Schaumburg, May 2020. C, the motion would be to adopt as resolution R20-037, seeking immediate modifications to the Restore Illinois Plan to reopen business and resume civic activity. 7, ordinances. The motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-035, granting a rear yard variation, principal structure room addition, 1115 Parker Drive. B, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-036, granting a special use for a spa business for Skinworks Spa, 100 Hillcrest Boulevard. C, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-037, granting an amendment to approve shopping center signage plan for Woodfield Mall, 5 Woodfield Mall. D, the motion would be to waive first reading and adopt as ordinance number 20-038, granting a special use for a daycare center for Sweet Little Angel, 27 West Wise Road, High Point Commercial Center. This concludes the consent agenda.
Look for a motion to approve the consent agenda with item D under Zoning Board of Appeals removed for further discussion under committee reports.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Trustee Dunham is the motion.
Okay,
Trustee Madej is the second.
okay.
Will the clerk please pull the board?
Trustee Bishke.
Aye.
Trustee Madej.
Aye.
Trustee Dunham.
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan.
Aye.
Trustee Conley.
Aye.
Trustee Kozak.
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. We do have one item here that was asked to be removed by the petitioner from the consent agenda, and that's item D, which has to do with rezoning of a B3 to a B2 and special use for adult use cannabis business establishment in the Woodfield Regional Center area. Are we having any commentary from there, or we're just looking to refer this item to committee of the whole?
Their legal counsel is participating in the meeting, and I believe Mr. Gallagher is also on Zoom as well.
Okay.
If Mr. Bauer, Mr. Gallagher, if either of you would like to address the village board, you can unmute your mic at this time and then make any comments or presentation that you'd like to.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mayor. This is Tim Gallagher speaking, and yes, we sent some emails over to the village here this afternoon indicating that we are withdrawing the application for special use for the cannabis use, and wanted to amend our application limited to the rezoning from the B3 to the B2. This happened here, I think, this was kind of a work in motion throughout the afternoon here. And so we thought it might be better just to, request a continuance into the June 16th committee of the whole. So we have an opportunity to better vet the concerns that staff might have, as well as being able to explain to the trustees, our view of, the status of the marketplace. Frankly, as a result of the pandemic, and why we think this is something that we believe would be good for both the village as well as for the ownership. So, we are requesting to, delete the cannabis request and get a request a continuance here to June 16th for the committee of the whole.
Okay, thank you. I think we'll just refer the whole matter, and this way we can address it there and remove anything that might need to be, dependent upon where we go from there. Legal counsel, you have something to say?
Well, by the whole matter, the one thing I would note is that the ownership is withdrawing its special use request, so that they have discretion to do on their own, and that's
Okay.
what they want to do, but they want the zoning, the map amendment, I would call it, to remain alone and to proceed further, and they're asking that be continued to the committee of the whole on June 16th at the usual time.
Okay.
Then I would move to defer it to committee of the whole at this point.
Second.
Okay. You need to speak in the mic next time.
I would
George.
move to
Yeah.
defer it to committee of the whole at this time.
Okay.
Second.
So there's a motion by trustee Dunham, seconded by trustee Sullivan. I assume that's agreeable with the petitioner.
Yes, just it should be clarified, the motion should be clarified to the specific date of June 16th for zoning legality purposes.
Okay. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Bishke?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Conley? Aye. Trustee Kozak?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. No further items under committee reports. Comments from the audience. This is a time at which those that are participating electronically can add comments that are pertinent towards the village of Schaumburg.
So just for the record, anybody who's participating in this meeting via Zoom, now would be the appropriate time to unmute your microphone and make any comments that you would like to present to the village board that are pertinent to the village of Schaumburg.
Seeing none, we will move on to next item. Council's report.
Yes, thank you. This, again, is coming before you and will until the emergency local proclamation cease for a motion that the board approve the extension of the mayoral proclamation declaring a local state of emergency originally made on March 20th, 2020, until the adjournment of the next regular meeting of the Village of Schaumburg Board of Trustees. I would note that the mayor is modifying that order and taking action as things loosen up a bit, so.
So moved. Second.
Motion and a second. Further discussion? Do we need a roll call?
Yes.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Bishke?
Aye.
Trustee Madej?
Aye.
Trustee Dunham?
Aye.
Trustee Sullivan?
Aye.
Trustee Conley? Aye. Trustee Kozak?
Aye.
That's all I have, thank you.
6 ayes, no nays, motion carries. Thank you very much. President's report. I don't believe I have anything for this evening, nothing new. Thought I did, but I don't. Manager's report.
Good evening. I just have one item that I want to mention to the board and to those participating remotely. As the members of the board know, today we reopened our offices to the public, and we did have a light amount of foot traffic in the building here at Village Hall, but that's really not the reason for this report. It's really to express the appreciation, my appreciation, to 6 members of the village staff who worked hard to not only prepare the communication pieces and the signs, but also worked with vendors to make sure we had the appropriate safety precautions in the facilities, the appropriate PPE for our employees. And so I just want to mention their names, and if you happen to run across them, you could extend your commendations as well. But those people are Tracy Raimondo and Russ Deering from the fire department, Marty Matrager and David Salazar from Engineering and Public Works, Helen Joyce from the Police Department, and Allison Albrick in Communications. It was a lot of work over the past few weeks to get us to this point. I'm very pleased with the way things turned out in terms of the appearance and the professionalism. As I mentioned to Scott a little bit earlier, it's something that we're not really happy to be doing, but I think it worked out well, and we had a good team that really put together a really nice plan and will serve us well for the foreseeable future. So just want to extend my congratulations to those folks and thank them for their efforts in that regard.
And our hours here are, when are the doors open?
We're normal business hours, so
9 to
8
5.
8 to 5.
8 to 5?
Every day, correct. We have not limited our hours in any way. Really, the only limits that we have is that when people come, we ask that they're healthy and well. We ask that they also wear a face covering when they're here in the building, and that they use hand sanitizer before they enter. But other than that, we're open for business, and as I said, we are seeing some foot traffic back into the Village Hall.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to take the opportunity to jump in here. I did meant to mention a big thank you, and I don't have the list of names, of those that participated helping in distribute the masks over the basically 4-day event, the 3 that were back-to-back, and then the 1 Saturday event. We distributed 40,000 masks. As I recall, and I can't remember exactly how many vehicles, 8,000, I think, to 8,000 vehicles. So great job. I know I did thank those people individually, but just wanted to mention that again. It was a really good event. Thank you.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is the staff ready to like hand out a mask if somebody came to the building and said, oh, I forgot my mask, I need to do business indoors?
We do have stations at all the entrances with hand sanitizer and masks, so if
Masks,
somebody
okay.
does come to the facility and doesn't have one, they can get one there and take it with them when they leave.
Thank you.
Trustee Dunham.
Yeah, question on that subject. We've given away 40,000 of the 70,000 that we originally got. What are your plans for the future concerning the masks?
Well, right now, the remainder is just an inventory. We are continuing to distribute them through to seniors through the senior nursing division, so they're available for that purpose. As I said, we've also used them to stock the village building so that people coming here are able to come in and transact even if they didn't bring a face covering with them. And because it's somewhat uncertain as to how long this is going to last, we feel that we're well stocked for right now, and we'd like to just keep things that way. We don't have any future plans other than the distribution through the Senior Services Division to do any public events or public distribution of those masks.
Yeah, and we did provide them to some of the senior facilities in town?
Correct.
And was that within the 40,000, or was that in addition to the 40,000?
It was, yeah, the 40,000 is a total figure.
Oh, is a total for both the Boomer events and the
Senior
other
facilities and the nursing division, and then the police department and police social workers also got some to be able to distribute to those in need. So 40,000 was what we distributed of the 70, so we have about 30,000 left.
Yeah, one additional comment, if I may. I went by the Boomers parking lot on the last day that the masks were distributed. I think it was a week ago Saturday. And I got there at about 1 o'clock, and quite a few other people were there driving around looking for the distribution and didn't, they weren't able to get the masks. So, we might want to consider having one more and/or putting up a sign on Spring South indicating what the hours of distribution would be, should it be necessary.
Okay, we can certainly consider that for any future events.
Okay, anything further?
That's all I had.
Right. New business? Any unfinished business? Trustee comments and mentions? Anyone else? Seeing none, look for a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Trustee Dunham, seconded by Trustee Sullivan to adjourn. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.